All right, I have just come across some new information about a month and a half ago about the rediscovery of the fact that H3O2 is more hydrating than H2O. And that is a rediscovery. And so there's some people who are saying that we was never supposed to, drink H2O, that, that's all we consume was H3O2, which is, just fruit juices, vegetable juices, and it's more hydrating to your body. Now, from what I understand, you can go and do your own research. I'm not very good at, I'm not gonna say I'm not good at research. I'm good at research, but it's hard for me to, I guess you can say, retain what I gain. It's like I can only kind of hold on to like bits and pieces. But what I was saying is what I understood is that this H2O that we are drinking now, our bodies actually have to heat up, use all this energy, heat up, and convert that into H3O2. Because growing up in school, they only taught us that you got a solid, a liquid, and a gas. But they don't talk about this H3O2 formula, this kind of like, not necessarily a liquid, but it's more like jellified, like a jelly. And that's actually the type of liquid that's in our body. It's like in a jelly form. So our body has to heat up and convert this H2O into H3O2, which is that jelly form in our body. So some people are saying because we have to convert this is that our ancestors didn't really drink water like that. I'm not so sure about that, because you got to think about how much destruction that these beings, I forgot where I was at. I had to take care of something real quick. H3O2. I think I was talking about our ancestors. Some people were saying that our ancestors didn't really drink water. They focused on H3O2 instead of H2O. But, that's what I was saying. You got to really think about how much destruction that these beings that came here has caused upon the earth in so many ways. The water that we drink, the H2O that we drink, tap water, it doesn't run natural. It doesn't run naturally. They done stripped it of, what it naturally came with. They put in a whole bunch of the chemicals. We're not going to talk about that. And so it's like the way that it runs too, it's running through all these pipes. And so it's getting, just exposed to all kind of things. And so pretty much H2O that we drink, tap water, it's not natural in its form anyways. So there was this guy, I don't know how to pronounce his name and I don't want to butcher it, but I'm going to spell it out on the screen if I can. But it's Viktor, Victor or whatever. But he was like around the time with like Nikola Tesla, Wilhelm Reich, them people. And so he was actually one of those people who didn't want to conform to the traditional education that, that they brainwash us in anyways. And so his theory was, because we always talk about, spring water is the best. Okay. Spring water is the best. So his theory, I'm going to read this real quick. I saved, interrupted again. I'm going to read this really quick because I wanted to make sure I get the information right, because I don't want to. Okay, so let's see where it is. Yes, structured water. That's another thing that people's been talking about, structured water. H3O2 that we get from our fruits and vegetables, juices, it's structured. And I wish I can find a picture of what structured water looks like. But the H2O, the tap water, and some bottled water that we get, it's not structured. So research what structured water looks like and what non-structured water look like. Okay, let me see. Living water is what he was trying to figure out. He was trying to develop a device for the production of living water. Water with an enhanced structure as well as the necessary minerals. So, okay, let me just keep going. According to his theory, spring water is the optimal choice for life and health, since it rises in an unspoiled environment. Hence, natural water, spring water, it runs the way it's supposed to. It's being hit by sunlight, because sunlight is energy as well. And because as it's running, it's going to be picking up all those minerals and stuff in that stream or that river or whatever it may, you're getting it from. So it's running naturally. Okay. Due to human interaction, the number of intact water springs has reduced. On the other hand, the structure of water has been destroyed due to its unnatural movement through straight pipes made of man-made materials. So basically this guy, I'm not going to butcher his name, but I'll put it on the screen. This guy, he was trying to make a device to create living water again. And so actually you can get some devices now that do structure your water. But if you don't want to buy one of these devices, I've actually heard that you can just get a glass jar and maybe put some teas or lemon in it in a glass jar, and then you just leave it out in the sun. And supposedly it's supposed to make structured water again. But like I said, do your own research on, how to make your own structured water and, the devices and whatnot. But I don't think there was really an issue with supposed to be drinking H2O. I just think the reason why our body is having a hard time is because the structure of the H2O that we're used to, that we was naturally supposed to be ingesting, it's been tampered with. And the fact that our bodies is made up of mostly water, I'm not going to give a percentage on that because I've heard different percentages on that, but I know it's at least 75% or more that our body is made of. It is also said that women has more percentage of water in our bodies than men. And not to mention the earth. The earth is made up of more water. Water is like one of those life forces, that, almost all of nature has. So the idea that, we need H3O2, I get it. But not everybody can sit here and, juice all day long on, H3O2. Juicers can be expensive. And then not to mention the rise in prices of food. It's ridiculous right now. Totally ridiculous. What else did I want to talk about? H3O2, H2O, structured water. Oh, coconut. Oh my goodness. Coconut water. Coconut water to me is like an acquired taste. I could not deal with coconut water. So I had to learn to acquire that taste because I really do feel a difference between me drinking even my filtered water. I'm not going to even talk about the name of the filter that I have, but I filter my water, and then I can just feel a difference in my body when I'm drinking coconut water versus tap water, because I feel that this coconut water, because it's H3O2 and it's coming from a fruit, which is, they call it a coconut, but it's not really a nut. It's like a fruit anyways, so the fruit juice. The coconut water is actually cleansing my body while hydrating it. When I don't drink my coconut water, I feel a difference in my digestive system. But like I said, the coconut water is pretty expensive too. I'm not gonna name the brands because the one that I was getting over $3 just for like 32 ounces. But I only got that brand because I only literally seen one ingredient, which was coconut water. And I'm not saying that they don't put anything else in it because, there's loopholes and whatnot. And legally, they don't have to put everything, all their ingredients in, their food. They don't have to list all the ingredients on their labels. So really, you don't really know all that they put in it, even though it just says coconut water. But I feel a difference. I love it. And so I think coconut water is nice because what I was also doing was I was mixing half coconut water and half of my filtered water. And I feel like that does some good too. And that kind of like helps me on my budget as well, not to like spend so much on, the coconut water. But I think that's pretty much it that I wanted to talk about, H3O2 and H2O. Like I said, do your own research on how to make your own structured water and how to help your body absorb it better. Because you also got to think about why. That's another thing I was going to talk about. I wish I remember exactly where the idea of drinking 8 cups of 8-ounce glasses of water, that did not come from a nutritionist to my knowledge. Dang, I really wish I remember. But personally speaking, the idea of drinking 8 ounces of water, I personally do not agree with that. Because first of all, everybody's body is different. And depending on, how you eat, I think it depends on how much water you need to drink. And not to mention your body is not gonna especially if you don't have a consistent way of eating, your body's not gonna be the same every single day. There are some days where I can literally get by with just drinking like 32 ounces of like coconut water, and I don't have to drink my half my body weight. It's really a struggle sometimes to actually drink like 64 ounces a day, but I'm a petite woman, and I really don't weigh that much. And so the idea of trying to drink 64 ounces of water a day is ridiculous. But you also got to think about if you're eating a lot of foods that are taking the water out. Dr. Laila Africa, he was talking about how sugar actually takes the water out of your joints. And so you got to think about your breads too, like your wheat and grains. When it's sitting in your stomach, it's sitting here absorbing all that water. So like your grains and processed foods, it's not adding nutrients or water to your body. So if you're eating a lot of like grains and your breads, processed foods, you might need to drink 64 ounces of water. But me personally, I can get by with drinking 32 ounces of water and not be dehydrated or feel dehydrated in a day. So I think it's really important to eat foods that are alive and contains a lot of water. And that way you don't have to drink as much liquid. So I guess that's it. I really find that very interesting about the idea of structured water versus non-structured water, H3O2. Do your own research.